6 individual games and 6 records that are about as unbreakable as a jar of pickles sealed by Hulk Hogan himself.
I'm Hulk Hogan.
People of Earth, welcome in as we dive headfirst into a pile of NFL single game records and break down the 6 that will never be broken. Quickly hit the sub and drop a like. Let's get right into this. Most passing yards in a single game. Now I know what you're thinking. The NFL is a pass happy league, so this record has got to be set recently, right? Wrong. Joe Burrow is third on the list with 525 yards in 2021 against the Ravens. And tied at second is Warren Moon and Matt Schaub with 527 yards, and they both played for Houston when they did it. So at least Houston's got that going for them, which is nice. So who is the legend who holds the record for most passing yards in a single game? None other than Los Angeles Rams quarterback Norm Van Brocklin. In the opening game of the 1951 season, Norm threw for 554 yards on only 27 completions, and he added 5 touchdowns to the mix. For reference, Joe Cool completed 37 passes on his 525 yards. This record has stood the test of time, so the question is, will it ever be broken? Moving on to our second record, and this one is a doozy. It should come as no surprise that this record will never be broken, seen as the NFL is favoring offenses and the QB position. That statement should give it away as we look at the most sacks in a single game. Many have tried to beat this record, and even the greats like Reggie White, DeMarcus Ware, and Michael Strahan have fallen short, only hitting 4. The second most came in 2017 when Adrian Claiborne recorded 6 in one game. But in November 1990, Kansas City linebacker Derrick Thomas did the unthinkable. He sacked Seattle quarterback Dave Krieg 7 times, breaking the record for most sacks in a single game. He could have had 8, but he missed the final sack, leading to a game-winning touchdown for the Seattle Seahawks. DT actually said that this is the one play in his career that he wished he could have a second chance at. The most recent attempt at this record was in 2021 when Chandler Jones put up 5 sacks, including 3 in the first quarter. As the NFL continues to protect the quarterback, I think this record is going to be safe for a long time. Next up, running backs, a position that is neglected in today's NFL. Most teams have moved on from the bell cow running back to a running back by committee system. So someone setting the record for most rushing yards in a single game seems pretty unlikely. Most recently in 2021, Jonathan Taylor rushed for 253 yards in a game, but that's only 9th on the list. Number 3 on the list with 286 yards is Jerome Harrison, set back in 2009. And Jamal Lewis ran for 295 in 2003. But the record of 296 yards in one single game is held by none other than Adrian Peterson himself. He set this record back in 2007, and seeing how the NFL is pass happy, I don't think anyone's going to break this record. We've talked a lot about how pass happy the NFL is, so for the next 3 records, we're focusing strictly on the pass catchers. Who has the most receiving yards in a single game? Throughout history, only 6 players have ever hit the 300-yard mark. Julio Jones hit 300 in 2016. Third on the list is KC wide receiver Stephon Page, who hit 309 in 1985. I honestly thought that the record holder would be Calvin Johnson, but he's number 2 on the list with 329 yards in 2013 against the Cowboys. So who holds the record? With 336 yards in a single game, Rams wide receiver Flipper Anderson set the record in 1989. You'd think with the way the league is now, we'd have a ton of guys who have at least hit 300 yards receiving, but with multiple wide receivers and the ball being spread out more, I think this record is safe for now. Real quick guys, if you're enjoying this video, hit the sub and drop a like so I know to make more videos like this. Alright, on to the next. The next record is one that was almost tied last year, and that is most receiving touchdowns in a game. Travis Kelce did his best to come close, catching 4 touchdowns in a game last year against the Raiders. The original record of 5 was set by Bob Shaw in 1950, which is a blast from the past. Kellen Winslow tied it in 1981, and then the legend Jerry Rice caught 5 in 1990. Even though Kelce got close to tying it, anyone catching 6 touchdowns in a single game seems truly unrealistic. Finally, the last record that will never be broken is truly close to my heart. In 2009, in a game against the Colts, Denver Broncos wide receiver Brandon Marshall broke T.O.'s record of 20 receptions in a game by catching 21 passes for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. Only 2 other NFL players have even hit 18 receptions in a game, Tom Fears and Jason Witten. Out of active players in the NFL, Keenan Allen and Michael Thomas both max out at 16 receptions in a single game. This record truly looks unbreakable. 6 legendary performances and 6 records that look like they are unbreakable. We got a wide range of record dates from 1950 all the way to 2009. As the league continues to change and evolve, the question still stands, will any of these records ever be broken? Drop a comment and let me know if you think any player will ever be able to break these records.